For example, in 2010, he was receiving an honorary doctorate degree at the University of Benin. And there, he told the whole world that the National Assembly is taking a large chunk of the nation's resources. And that, as a matter of fact, they take 25.46%. That immediately irked Nigerians and threw up the adrenaline of Nigerians. And one of them, I quickly issued a statement that this is calamitous, this is criminal. Later, it was discovered that the 1.3 trillion that was appropriated as overhead was actually 3.5%. That it was 1.3 trillion for the entire overhead of the federal government of Nigeria. And that what the National Assembly was taking from that was only 3.5%, not 25.46%. He recanted his words. That shook the confidence as to whether the CBN governor was master of figures, which he should. And mind you, a CBN governor is supposed to be seen and rarely heard, if at all he must be heard. I have some names here that I've noted. Some CBN governor that you may wonder, where is he from? Is he really a CBN governor? Because you may never have heard them. Have you ever heard of Haruhiko Kuroda? That's the governor of the Bank of Japan. Have you ever heard of Stephen Paulos? That is the governor of the Central Bank of Canada. Have you ever heard of Pham Peng? That is the governor of the Central Bank of China. Just a moment. Have you ever heard of near here, Kofi Wampa? Near here, the governor of the Central Bank of Ghana. Have you ever heard of Mr. McCain, the governor of the Bank of England? The truth is that these people are there working quietly because a CBN governor is conservative. He carries himself with decorum, with magisterial dignity expected of the revered office. When you talk, if you must speak at all, you speak with facts and figures in a way as to build confidence in your national economy.